Hi, parents and ABA therapists. Functional communication training. If you have a child who reacts in certain ways when you ask them to do some work, or when you ask them to wait, or when you simply hanging out with them and they want to tell you something, but instead of saying it to you, they throw something at you to get your attention, or they hit you on the shoulder or something like that. You want to teach them functional communication training, which means they can get exactly what they want, but by using appropriate verbal requests. And that's what we mean by functional communication. It's a way to communicate, but functionally. So if you're an ABA therapist or you're a parent and you're trying to do homework with your child or with your client, and every time you put the notebook in front of them, they push it away and cry, you can tell them that they can ask for a break or they can ask for help. So this very second, when they push things away, you bring it back and you say, I see that you're asking for a break or you need help. Is this too difficult for you? Ask for help. Say, and you have to model it for them. You say, I need help, please. When they repeat it after you, you say, great job. You're asking for help in the right way. Let me help you do this. Let's do it together. Or if they're throwing something at you and, that's a way they get your attention, you can, at this very moment, say, do you need to speak to me? Please say, I need to talk to you. And when they repeat, then you say, okay, great. I can do that because you asked in a nice way. So you don't wait until later to speak to them about what they did. In the same moment, you need to model for them the right way of doing it. And you do not give them what they want unless they repeat after you. Because if you do, then you're enforcing the negative behavior, not the appropriate functional way of asking for it. So that's what we do in functional communication training. Of course, it depends on the child, and maybe some children can't really say a whole sentence after you. So you're going to start out by telling them to repeat words like break, help, talk, eat. So you're going to basically just use one word, utterances, and ask them to repeat. If they're nonverbal, you can use communication systems such as a PECS or a device where they can press a button and the button will say break or help. Again, if they're nonverbal, you can teach them sign language if that's something they're using as a way to communicate. So there's different ways of teaching kids how to communicate appropriately. When we say functional communication, we don't necessarily mean verbally, because if they don't have the words, then you are teaching them another way of communicating. So whatever way they communicate with, you want to use that when they try to use inappropriate behaviors such as hitting, throwing items, pushing, running away. They're still getting what they want, which is maybe a break from what they're doing or help from you, but they're getting it after requesting in an appropriate manner. And this way we are teaching replacement behaviors, decreasing the screaming and the crying and running away, increasing the appropriate functional communication way of asking for things. They're still getting what they want, but in the right way or after the right way of requesting it. And that's just a simple idea of what functional communication training is. Thank you.